Hey, how you guys doing, drivers? Let me get into this right fast. It's gonna be a very, very short video. First off, just saying, jumping in. Why? Because people have been asking me, where are your DFS videos? Where are your NFL videos? Well, for one, people don't watch my NFL videos. Two, I normally make all my lineups and I look things up usually Saturday before everything, you know, when all the projections and everything have been released, when everybody pretty much knows who's going to play, who's not going to play, and when there's just some, game time decisions. That's usually when I start focusing on making lineups and all that. So I usually spend it Saturday. Half the time I don't have my lineups done until 11 p.m. Then I wake up at like 4 a.m. on Sundays, continue working on lineups, continue making them. So it's harder for me to make an NFL video that's accurate from what I felt at the start of this year. I felt like the ones that I made on like Thursday, Friday weren't that accurate because some of the guys that I would like would either be ruled out, things of that nature. Another thing is, I don't make videos for these single game contests because it's kind of redundant. There's people on YouTube that already do that, and everybody's working with the same information. But what I did want to point out today, is actually, this was earlier. I did not get into this one. I did not get it fast enough, but I have the link for it. This is the NFL Turkey Trot for Yahoo. If you go here, check out this overlay. It's a $75,000 prize pool with a $25,000 overlay. What does that mean? Well, basically, if 5,000 people enter at $10, that's only $50,000 in entry fees, and Yahoo's giving out $75,000 in this, so it pays out, to 1,100, but it's an additional $25,000 put back in. So this is by far one of the best contest you will ever see. Fantasy draft, Yahoo, Pat Mayo experience, whatever it is. This is legit, probably the best one that you've had. This is about the size that Pat Mayo's listener league was at the start of this year, but it wasn't this big. I mean, this is by far the best contest that I've seen. Now, you can no longer enter this one. This is a multi-entry 150. I'm pretty sure, I believe this one maxed out, filled up at like 45 minutes. A lot of sharks and everything. Found it. Well, if you go and look, they actually just put up another one. 1,000 people in it right now. I don't believe they're going to put out another one because that'd be, right now it's 100,000 extra dollars that, or right now it's $50,000 that Yahoo has just put in for free. So I just went ahead, entered it 3 times. It's already up there. Hopefully it'll still be up by the time this video gets up. But if you have not entered, go enter this right away. Check this. I mean, I can click on it. I mean, no, absolutely. Everybody talks about fantasy draft. Oh, there's no management fee. Well, try this out. Enter this contest, try it out. Now, it's a 3-game contest. Kind of difficult to really make 20 lineups. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll probably just stick with my 3 entries there. But I wanted to bring that up to you. Since I'm already here, might as well talk about the Monday night. Gotta get a video on that, ladies and gentlemen. Last year I was dog shit at these showdowns. This year, I don't know what it is. I've made a profit on them. I've been really good in the GPPs, and I mean, because I do double ups for these as well. I know a lot of people say don't do that, but I typically, last year I could make a lineup and it would just be outside of a GPP cash. So I started doing double ups for these contests exclusively. It's worked out very well, and I've cashed a lot of them this year. So figured I gotta talk about it. Gotta get that ad revenue. If I don't get ad revenue, I'm not gonna make a lineup for you. Not gonna show you. You can do all that on your own. But these are my little notes that I have. Usually I'll spend an hour making a lineup here, and I usually just make one lineup. Then I have something else to talk about after this. But let me go over this right now. Lamar Jackson. I haven't tried to make any lineups right now. I'm gonna do it after this video, but. Jackson is expensive. He's going to easily score over 20 DraftKings points if he doesn't get injured, obviously. He's going to easily score over 20 DraftKings points. He's really expensive. But I think there is a possibility you can fit him in with some good guys, but I'm going to have to experiment with that. Jared Goff, typically I fade quarterbacks if they're too expensive, or if I don't think they can pay off their salary. I'm fading Goff just because I don't like him. And Jackson, I'm leaning more towards fading, but he scores so many points. I want to see if it's viable for me to throw him in a flex position. There's no way I'd roster him as a captain. So not too big on the quarterbacks. The running backs, I have a little bit interest in. Ingram, he is way too expensive. Can't fit him in there. And Lamar Jackson could easily steal a touchdown from him or something like that. The people that I am interested in are 2 on the Rams side. You got Gurley, who's getting more usage in the past weeks, and Brown, I know what you're thinking. Brown, why are you going for Brown? Well, let me show you right fast. He has, and not the receiver, but the running back for the Rams. Now, he's very touchdown dependent. I understand that. Last week, I played him in the Showdown contest. Worked beautifully for me in the second half. I had him in there, 2,400, scored that touchdown, easily won me my contest. Probably not going to happen, but he's very touchdown dependent. Sometimes he does still goal line work from Gurley. He just doesn't always score. But I wanted to bring that up to you last week. Wanted to bring that up to you. Worked last week. Probably won't work this week. Mark Andrews needs a touchdown to pay off the price tag that he's at. I don't know if he's going to do that, especially with the weapons that Lamar Jackson has. Cooper Kupp has been on a downward spiral. An absolute downward spiral. These last weeks have been absolutely shitty. I'm hoping people fade him and don't use him. Either way, he's going to be in the slot most likely. I actually have more interested in Woods, based purely on the coverage that Woods is going to have versus Cooks and Kupp. But I would much rather probably lean Woods, Kupp, and then Cooks, just because. And I'm going off of Cooper just because, or I'm leaning somewhat to Cooper because I think some people will fade him, or people could just think he'll have positive regression and be all over him. Either way. If Woods happens to be out, which I don't think he will be, he's probably playing. Yeah, he doesn't have an injury. I did have some interest in Everett, but Woods is going to be playing. That's probably how I'd look. The Rams have not been scoring nearly as much as they were to start the year, so if I had to go with the kicker, it'd be Tucker from the Ravens. And then related to defenses, Ravens defense is overrated. I mean, people who think they still have a good defense obviously hasn't really looked at the stats to support that. They still think Ray Lewis is back there, and the Rams will just be scored way too heavily on to really use. I think this is going to easily be one to just have wide receivers and receivers. Now, why do I say that? I understand correlation between quarterbacks and receivers, but I think Goff at most throws 2 touchdowns for like 180 yards. And Jackson, he's just too expensive for me to really try and put with his receivers. So I think this might be the one instance where I actually don't have a correlation between my quarterbacks and receivers, and I just play the wide receivers and running backs that I focus on. Now, this is something else I wanted to tell you about. This is what I usually do on second half contests, and I'll use these examples from last night. This is a double up. Only 21 people in here did not fill. Another double up. Only 21 people in here did not fill. Another double up. I understand 22 is the fill, but I just grabbed these from my history to show you. This did not fill either. Why are these double ups not filling? Well, what I typically do to just get easy, stupid money is I'm at work tonight, so I cannot do it here. But I love these second half and fourth half contests. Mainly the second, because it's easier I do better on the second because I can understand where the game flow is going to go. But if you go to 50-50s and double ups, and this is what I mean by guaranteed money. When this contest is about to lock, they keep pushing it back depending on when the second half ends and all that type of stuff. So usually I'll sit here until this contest is going to go live in like 30 seconds or whatnot, and I will go to nothing that won't kill me or anything, but I'll usually go to $3 to $5 double ups. I'll go to entries and I'll find guaranteed contests that aren't filling. Now it's a little bit harder on Sunday nights because everybody's watching football, but Monday and Thursday is by far the easiest to do, but it's Thanksgiving, it probably won't happen this week. But it's by far the easiest to do. If you click entries, go to it's kind of hard. Here, is anything starting now? Does anything start soon? I have nothing to use for reference. Sometimes with soccer and stuff happens. Anyway, if you go there, look at the ones that aren't filling, and I mean literally aren't filling, like 10 seconds left in the contest before it fills for like, $10 50-50s, double up. It's usually double ups because 50-50s aren't guaranteed. But if you click these, I mean, you will legit find contests that are $100 guaranteed double ups, 11-man tournaments, 23-man tournaments, and they will only have about 14-15 with like 26 seconds left. Now, I assume there's other people like me because these will fill up really, really fast. Like they'll go from like 3 of 39 with 17 seconds left, and when it launches, it'll be at like 34 of 20 of 39 or something like that. But if you can find overlay in these, this is how I get I think it might be ignorant to call it free money, but that's usually what I do to get guaranteed money. I've done it this I think the last month and a half, so since week number 4, doing especially the second half showdown slates. These you always have some of these that never fill, and so that's what I've been doing to get free money there. Guys, typically, like I said, I don't make a lot of DFS videos during the week. Just because everybody else makes it and it's one game, like I'm talking about the same 14 players that everybody else is playing. I mainly focus on NASCAR for my videos because that's what I know, the rules in and out and background, all that type of stuff. NFL, mainly just look at stats and things of that nature. I don't even fully watch all the games. I'll turn on NFL Red Zone on Sunday and probably watch about an hour of football, and that'll be it, unless it's my team, or I'll like watch the night games and stuff like that. But that's typically why you haven't seen a whole lot of videos from me. So thank you for tuning in. Best of luck tonight. Don't know if this is going to happen again. Just wanted to point that out there, and I will talk to you guys later.